Good morning. Pajama Chronicles today. So, first of all, a weather report. We just had a bunch of rain, about 1.75 inches, which is great. I love it. This late in the season, it's super fabulous. What I love when it rains is that it waters everything. Nothing gets missed. And when I'm holding a hose, it only waters what the hose can reach. So, I think that's pretty awesome. And it's chilly. And interesting, I was looking at the weather last night, the forecast, and it's supposed to, so it's probably in the mid 50s today, and in less than 7 days, it will be 75. That's nuts. So we'll see how everything does with that, including me. So I've been thinking about alignment and like living in alignment and being your authentic self, being my authentic self. And what does that all mean? And I think emotions come into that. And the reason that plane, I don't know how loud that is for you, it's loud in my ear. But thinking about that, um, so it was a rough week. It was a lot of mental, emotional weeds that came up. And so it's just, it's like when that happens, what I notice, I don't know if it happens for you in the same way, is that when I'm in it, it's quite difficult to see that there's anything else possible. So working on having having a way to navigate through that, and I'm getting better and better at it. So took some time off, and I took some time off from here too. So uh, yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but it's like what my mom always said, it's during the struggle is when you grow. So, and I'm all about growing plants, growing me, growing people, growing relationships, growing this life. Ugh. So what are the emotional weeds? Yeah, and really understanding them, and it brings to mind the idea of being allowing yourself to feel the emotion, to feel the feeling, to not push it away, to let it flow through you, let it flow through me. And there was a point in my life when I was grieving a death of my business and musical partner. And one day, and I was not eating, I was pining, as I think that's a good description of it. And I had this idea in my head that came through, and it was, if indeed we are spiritual beings, we are infinite beings, incarnate into a human body, and the reason that we have come down here is to have an experience, a specific experience, a chosen experience, an experience. And then I said to myself, well, if that's the case, and if that's all true, then why don't I just show up and have the experience? If I'm having the sadness, show up and be fully sad in the sadness. And what I started to understand and experience is that it allowing it to be, allowing myself to feel it, it had its moment and then it passed. And that was kind of like a revelation for me. And so it's a constant relearning for me as well too. It's not like, you get it and you're solved, you're fixed, you're whatever. So working on that. But the idea of having the emotion, not fighting it, letting it pass through, acknowledging it, and And then one of the things that I've been experimenting with in the last couple of weeks is IDing that emotion, that emotional, what do I want to say, beginning. Where did it come from? And is it true? Right? So, and that has to do with the subconscious mind, which another whole story, but the subconscious mind, which has a constant record playing. And that record is playing, and it's not necessarily always supportive for where we want to be and what we want to do. So, yeah. So finding congruence, finding clarity, finding authenticity, finding alignment. So that's kind of where I've been living the last few weeks, is being in that milieu and working on understanding myself better and better. And I really feel that the better I can understand myself and then make new choices of how I want to live moving forward, that is, and then it comes to the idea of love and fear, that I move towards what I love and I release what I fear. And yeah, that fear is ever present, and whether it's the same coming from the same, or if it has new unique ways of being, I don't know. I'm working on it. And yeah, and sometimes I feel like I'm looking at and I'm talking about something that I know about, but it's like all of a sudden I get like I don't know. So it's really interesting. So anyway, I just wanted to share all that, and yeah, and check back in with you guys and let you know that I'm still here, and yeah, more gardening videos to come, more musing videos to come, and yeah, and happy spring next week, spring. So 75, it's probably on the first day of spring, now that I come to think of it. Isn't that apropos? Oh, and happy eclipse. Happy eclipse season. So how about that? Then we had an eclipse. So, whew, a lot of energies floating around. So I wish for you harmony and clarity and joy and love and peace, as I wish for all of us right now in this planet, because it's so important for us to find that. Yeah, I know it's important for me, and I feel it's important for all of us. So, yeah, anyway, thank you so much for sticking all the way through to the end if you did. Listening to my ramblings and my musings, and wrapping up number 4 Pajama Chronicles. Thanks again, you guys. Love you much. Bye.